Tonight, I'm going to talk about, again, nitric oxide. You must be wondering why I'm giving so much emphasis on nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas. Initially, before 1980s, it was thought of nitric oxide as a toxin, jar tha, poison tha. Then later they found it produced in the blood vessel naturally, and it's good for the health. Then in 2002, research they found it kills the virus for CPOD. लंग में जो infection होता है उसको भी nitric oxide मार देता है. And now they have found, they've done the two research already. They passed through the system. It kills the COVID-19 virus as well. 99% so far. They only start manufacturing in Canada, USA, UK, and also in Israel. And it's not a vaccine, it's a nasal passage. It's like a sanitizer. Every time you go out, you spray into nasal passage, and that will kill the virus. It's nitric oxide mixed with some oxygen, the way they spray it is. It's quite expensive, so they're trying to produce it, mass produce it cheaply, so you can buy them in the shop on the over the counter. That's what the plan, that's why I think the plan will be. So, but we can produce nitric oxide naturally as well. So how to increase nitric oxide naturally? It's a gas. When you eat vegetable, they contain nitrate. Any vegetable, most of it vegetable. But when it mixes with, when you eat it, you mix it with saliva, it turns into nitrite, which goes into your stomach and action with your digestive juice produces nitric oxide. That makes sense so far? But what happens is a lot of people use mouthwash. When you use mouthwash, you kill many types of bacteria in the mouth, including the one that helps to convert nitrate to nitrite, which produces nitric oxide. So if you use mouthwash, you don't produce nitric oxide at all. So really, please, if you have the mouthwash, don't use it, throw them into the sink. Use the tongue cleaner. Tongue cleaner, you can buy them anywhere very cheaply, very good for that.
Yes, a divine ecstasy.
Could you please put your sound down, please, Meti? So thank you very much. So that so far so good. So really, so using mouthwash limit your body ability to produce nitric oxide. Nitric oxide has a lot of benefit. Even humming longer than like humming sound bumblebee, you have to create nitric oxide. Even chanting Om, Ah, O, you're producing nitric oxide, and also let's sit in the Gyan Mudra, back is straight, take a deep breath and chant Om for 3 times. Just by chanting Om, you're producing nitric oxide naturally in your body, especially in the nasal passage. But they have found already, they did a research down south South India in the lab where they had a people humming sound, and they found nitric oxide amount in nasal passage increased 30% just by doing bumblebee sound in your nasal passage. And that's what kills your COVID-19 or any kind of infection, allergy, any kind of infection which goes to your nasal passage. So let's close your palm of your hand over the ears, drum, close it tight, and take a deep breath. And longer you do the humming sound, the more nitric oxide you produce in nasal passage. So let's do that for 5 times. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes. And take your both hands up in there, rub them together. And cover your face. Massage over your face, eyes, the palm of your hand. Somebody muted there, could you? No. Just give me a second. Just give me. So we done that. That is self-producing nitric oxide. So my suggestion is, whenever you go out, then for whatever reason, when you come back into the house, you wash your hands, sanitize your hand, you clean all the hard surface, but do 5 times this humming sound. That itself will able to naturally produce nitric oxide in your nasal passage, which able to reduce inflammation, remove mucus from upper respiratory tract, and able to kill the COVID-19 virus as well. Especially for your school children as well. When they come back from school, get them to do that. Your grandchildren, anybody else, and pass the message into anybody you know, because this COVID-19, everybody is scared of it. We all have anxiety. We want to learn to fight. I'm trying to find myself, protecting myself. I try to do that whenever I come back from outside. Even I have to go shop, Tesco or something, then I come back, I do the humming sound for 5 times. As long as your teaching is, prevention is better than cure. You have to do it. Don't think it won't happen to you. COVID-19 doesn't look at the color of skin, doesn't look at who you are, what you believe in. It catches everybody. Number of people have died. It's really quite saddening. Number of families affected by this. And it's devastating for young people, their parents to lose their parents or somebody like that, even your great-grandparent and something like that. So that's one thing. Another way to get nitric oxide is if you sit 20 minutes in exposure to the sunlight activates the bacteria on the skin, triggering the production of vitamin D3, which drives nitric oxide production. Very important. That's why we are in North Hemisphere, lack of sunshine. I'm taking 10,000 units of vitamin D3 daily. It might be a bit much, but it doesn't matter. Because I have a darker skin. There's no sunshine in Scotland. So I need to make sure my vitamin D3, that's why it increases your immunity and able to produce more nitric oxide to fight the infection. Also taking vitamin D3 supplement helps in production of nitric oxide. That's what I'm trying to send you the message from that. Other way to get nitric oxide is celery. Celery juice is excellent to boost the nitric oxide level itself. Taking shot of beetroot juice, which dilates your blood vessel, increases 40% nitric oxide level, increases just by taking beetroot juice. 19% increase the oxygen transfer to the cell, to muscle, and 16% increase in duration of activity. So you become more, stamina increases because the cell won't get tired because of getting more oxygen supply through the benefit of nitric oxide. So what's the benefit of nitric oxide? First of all, increases the blood flow, delivering of oxygen and other nutrients to your muscles and tissue and cell. Second is helps to reduce plaque forming, reduce oxidation of LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, which is a major compound of plaque and the calcium. Second, gives you healthy blood pressure because the blood is flowing freely, so lowers your blood pressure. And increase your energy level due to efficient oxygen delivery, increases your stamina. That's why a lot of athletic performance increases. That's why a lot of athletic people, they take nitric rich diet, helps to boost them. Some of them take the nitric oxide powder, they mix in their juice or whatever they're drinking in the morning, before half an hour before the exercise, before the physical exercise, and that increases the nitric oxide level in the body as well. One of the major benefits of nitric oxide dilates the blood vessel. The blood vessel opens up so blood can flow freely, and reduce platelet stickiness so you don't form plaque, and makes you feel good, and helps to increase your immune system, and also helps to kill the COVID-19 anywhere in the upper part of the body, in the lung, anywhere else, through the blood supply. If your blood's got nitric oxide, it will kill the virus as well. So far, so good. I'm not trying to, I don't have any stake in it, nitric oxide. I'm doing it because I want all my brothers, sisters, and all my friends, family, PYPT, even anybody, doesn't matter, to do it and promote their health. Because we all have to come together, work together as a team to come out of this COVID-19. This is one way to unite the whole world together. I'm not a doctor. There might be more new things coming out. I'm just, from my research, that's why I find it the simplest way we can do it to each other, help her, and kind of fight the infection. Breathing through your nose we can also, don't breathe through your mouth. When you breathe through your mouth, you take the germs with you as well into your lung. That's very important. So when you're breathing in, always breathe through your nose. So a lot of people breathe through your mouth, then the infection, COVID-19, everything else will go through your mouth into the lung, and you have no protection at all. How important, that's why Swamiji taught from long time, since I first lesson I gave, breathe in from your nose, breathe out from your nose. Nose is for breathing, mouth is for eating. So what happens when you go outside in the winter? When you breathe through your mouth, the cold air goes into a lung shatters. That's why you get asthmatic attack. Where if you breathe through your nose, by the time the air goes into your lung, body temperature hits the air, so you don't feel the shock effect in the lung. And that's why very important to breathe through your nose, which will help to weaken the virus or even kill the virus. And if it weakens the virus, when it goes inside, your antibody or your immune system will kill the virus and prevent it happening. Now you'll ask me which food produces nitric oxide. Some of them I've given you. What happens is vegetable, notable beet, leafy green vegetable contains nitrate, which can be converted by body by mixing with saliva into nitrite, which goes in the stomach and produce nitric oxide. One of the best food for that is beetroot. Second is celery. You should, if this Muslim, you should be taking celery juice on daily basis. They're they're not expensive. You can buy one stem for 30, 40 pence, something like that. Just juice it and drink it. Everybody, it's a medicine, a small amount for a whole family. Garlic, dark chocolate, cocoa. That's what produces nitric, not the white chocolate. Dark chocolate is better for you. Citrus fruit, pomegranate, all the different nuts, sunflower seed, pumpkin seed, walnut, all these will help you to produce more nitric oxide. Watermelon, and if you drink wine, red wine is good for produce nitric oxide, but gives you cancer as well. So you have to decide what you want it for, because it damages your cells. And if you're not vegetarian, meat will produce nitric oxide as well. Because it's the nitric oxide, and also the problem with nitric oxide is the unstable compound. What do you mean by that? It degenerates very quickly in the bloodstream. So it must constantly be replaced. It doesn't last long. You have it and you lose it. It breaks up and goes to the excretory system. So you have to keep producing all the time. How much you reckon you require? You require 300 to 400 milligrams of nitric oxide on daily basis. And how much do we eat usually? Less than 100. So we all have a shortage. That's why we tend to have high blood pressure and other things as well. And also it could be nitric oxide also used in the mouth cancer as well. It kills cancer cells as well. So it's very important what my research is showing me. If I'm wrong, somebody can highlight me, let me know, no problem, I'll correct it. But that's what my research is telling me. They use nitric in the medical field for mouth cancer for treatment as well. Nitric, so really vegetables are very high nitrite, and also they are antioxidant as well, which is likely why vegetables are so effective in maintaining your optimum level of nitric oxide. But problem our Asian community is we cook the vegetables so much with the spices, all that, overcooking it, so all the nitric oxide is lost. You have to steam it. That's when you get the maximum value of nutrients in the body. And only other way is you can take nitric oxide powder, mix it with the soup and drink it, but you don't want to overdo that. You don't want to take too much nitric oxide as well. We'll do the nitric oxide blowout exercise in the end of the class. It's simply to boost your nitric oxide level in your body, in the circulation. It's a simple exercise. You've done it before. We'll do it today again for anybody who's watching this video afterward as well, or live as well. So nitric oxide is a gas. So what does the nitric oxide circulation does? Well, nitric oxide actually is a gas which is actually produced and stored within the lining of your blood vessel. It's lying there, it's not moving. If it's not moving, it's not doing you any good, lying there. You have to get them out of there into circulation. More you use it, more you produce it. If you don't use it, you won't produce more. Follow me? So that's why this exercise we do, a very important part of exercise to use more nitric oxide in circulation. Then your body need to produce more nitric oxide to create the balance. So nitric oxide, I'll highlight the benefit again. It relaxes the blood vessel wall. that helps to lower the blood pressure. So blood vessel opens up so blood can flow freely. It stops our blood from being too sticky. The blood will flow a lot more smoothly inside the blood vessel and it won't stick to the surface. So you won't form a plaque. And as the nitric oxide helps to increase the blood flow, supply of oxygen to your muscles and your cells increases, and that's why it gives you more stamina, more energy in your body. Given that nitric oxide contributes directly to blood flow, oxygen delivery, glucose uptake, muscle energy, power output, muscle growth. So higher nitric oxide level may enhance your athletic performance as well. And if you have any cell damage, it will repair the cell damage quicker as well. That's why a lot of people who do the exercise, they take nitric oxide drink half an hour before the exercise to perform better tasks. But if you have a shortage of nitric oxide, what are the symptoms? Insomnia, you can't sleep well, high blood pressure, anxiety, and for loss of libido and erectile dysfunction and stamina. All these are the problems due to lack of nitric oxide. And overall, obviously, overall whole health is affected. But just now with COVID-19, that's one of the major things you have to do, produce more nitric oxide, especially your nasal passages. So you have to do the humming sound every time when you go out, come back, whenever you do it. Later on, you might buy, when the spray comes out in the market, you can buy the spray, if you can afford to, no problem. Then you spray, when you come back in, you spray nasal passages into your nasal, just like washing your hand with the sanitizer. So then you'll weaken the virus or kill the virus, hopefully. What they found, they killed the virus 99%. That's something to be proud of. That might be a game changer, as far as I can see. So I don't know why they're not kind of working. I'm sure they're working hard on it. It's just everything takes time. Yeah. So now let's do the nitric oxide blowout exercise. Very important. If you all stand up, the main function is you need to do it fast. You need to be very energetic to get the maximum benefit. You have to do 3 times throughout the day, morning, afternoon, and evening. It only takes 4 to 5 minutes per session. You do it 20 reps of each one, and there's 5 exercises, and you do it 3 times. Is that fair enough? So let's stand up. Let's make it work. First, just take a couple of deep breaths. Now let's start now. You squat, first you squat and you go up. And relax. Next, the dead man walk. And relax. Next, both on the side. And reverse. And hand down. Next with the star jump. As you come up, you breathe in. When you come down, breathe out. A bit faster. Relax. Next, both hands there. As you go up. And relax. That's only one set. Another 2 to do. Let's get going again. Relax. Next dead man walk. And relax. Next both hands side. The reverse. And relax. Next start jump. And relax. Last, this one. So हाथ दलने लगा ना, just shake your hand off. I know my hands are tired as well. This is my third time I'm doing it. Just shake your hand. Let's just twist it around like this. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. We have to do it. Let's do it for last time now. One last round now. Take a couple of deep breaths. And start again. Then dead man walk. And relax. Hand side. And reverse. And relax. Last part. And relax. Now sit down. Whether you're sitting any asana at all or in the chair. All the exercise also you activated the sympathetic nerve system. So you releases more cortisol, stress hormone. So your body is in stress mode as well. But it releases nitric oxide. So once you convert into parasympathetic nerve system, your stress goes down, but your nitric oxide is still there. So that dilates the blood vessel and mixes with your cell muscles and give you more energy. Let's sit in the garden. Just breathe in and breathe out through your mouth. Then sitting in Gyan Mudra, we take in Khichdi Mudra, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system as well, and meditate on the third eye or the point here, or follow your breath for 3 minutes. Just by doing this, people who can't sleep well, you sleep better tonight as well. And take your both hands up in there, rub them together. Sorry, I've said everything I had to say about nitric oxide. Hopefully, I managed to convince you for your own health and your family health, and also sharing with other people as well. More you share, more people can benefit from this exercise. So simple exercise, but very effective. But also you have to eat nitric oxide food as well. If you don't eat it, you don't have it to something to blow in circulation. So you have to eat more celery. If you're diabetes, you can't eat beetroot juice, understand that. You can eat other things and try to steam the vegetable or juice it. Rather eat more raw rather than cooked. You're overcooking it, so you don't get the benefit of that for what you're supposed to be doing. So anybody didn't understand anything, you want to ask something, you're welcome to it. Any question you want to ask about nitric oxide, and if you, I'll try to answer you as much as I can. Are you all happy with? I try to simplify everything as much as I can within my own knowledge, my ability. I'm not a medical person, so I don't have that kind of a deeper sense of all the chemical names and words, but my research has showed it's really important for us to produce nitric oxide through the food and also through the bumblebee sign, and also trying to make it go into your circulation to make it dilate your blood vessel and stop forming plaque, and more oxygen can mix to your blood vessel, your muscles, your cells, to give you more stamina. You don't feel tired. That's what Swamiji does. Swamiji does so much exercise. He eats so much fruits and vegetables. He gets so much nitric oxide. That's why he's got stamina. He wakes up in the morning and up to night time, he's working away without getting tired at all. That's what he does. They're producing nitric oxide itself. So I think it is, don't see any questions. So I think I will stop the recording just now anyway. Oh no, what happened there? Did I not record that?